Hey y'all, welcome back. My name is Tiara and I am the owner of Black Teacup. In the video today, I'm going to be showing you guys how I created this Harry Potter tumbler. It's like a peekaboo style tumbler, nothing too crazy. It's really simple to follow along with. I will link everything in the description box below, and make sure to hit the bell so that you're notified every time we post a new video. I plan on posting new videos every Wednesday, and make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so I'm starting out with a 30-ounce skinny hoggle tumbler. It's pretty much a stainless steel tumbler with a handle. I sanded it and prepped it and wiped it down with alcohol. And then I took it outside and spray painted it blues, pinks, and purples. And I pretty much just spray painted randomly all the way around the tumbler. This is going to be the peekaboo part of the cup. Alright, so I'm using Pro Marine Epoxy, and I used about 50 ml. So about 25 ml of part A, 25 of part B, and I'm just putting it into a bigger cup. After that spray paint dried, I want to go ahead and apply epoxy to protect the spray paint color. You don't want to get any scratches on it or put the vinyl on top of it and peel it, because that'll peel the paint. So go ahead and epoxy the first layer of spray paint to protect the colors. I ended up going back in with some white spray paint to put those white speckles along the cup. In order to get that look, you kind of want to just lightly press on your spray paint can and hold it far away. And when I say lightly, I mean like really, really lightly. If you wanted to, you could practice that technique like on a sheet of paper or box to make sure you can get the speckled look before you actually do it on the cup. And now I'm applying my epoxy to the cup in a nice even layer. And about 10 minutes, I'll get my torch and pop any bubbles. And then I'll let the cup spin overnight and let it cure before moving on to the next step. Alright, so next I'm going in with some temporary vinyl. And I'm placing these icons or shapes or symbols all the way around the cup. I found this SVG file on Etsy, and I will link that down below. I'm placing the decals wherever I see fit all around the cup, kind of just filling in the space. And just remember that these decals are temporary and we're going to spray paint over them. And that's what's going to help us achieve the peekaboo effect. So just go ahead and place your decals all the way around. Make sure they're nice and adhered to the cup. Press them down with your hands really good. Alright, so next I'm taking my cup outside. Here's the cup with all the decals. It looks so pretty like that, how it is. But we're going to spray paint over those decals using a flat black spray paint. I am using Rust-Oleum flat black. When you're spray painting, you want to make sure you're doing short bursts because you don't want any drips. It will show under the epoxy. Nice short burst. If you need a second layer, just let that first layer dry first, and then you can go right back in with another light layer. So after your cup has dried, I just took mine in to remove the decals. I thought I was recording the process, but I never hit the record button. So yeah, sorry about that. When you're removing your decals, you want to be very, very careful, of course. Do not scratch the paint because it will show through. Now here is a video after I removed all the decals. Look how beautiful it is. I have not applied epoxy at this point. This was just right after I removed the decals. So just knowing me, myself, I need to hurry up and get this cup inside to apply epoxy before I ruin it. Okay, so on to epoxy. I'm adding a very fine cut opal glitter into the epoxy just to add a little shimmer to the cup. It only takes a little bit, not much. And you'll just want to mix that in thoroughly. Mix it, mix it, mix it, and then just go ahead and apply the epoxy to the cup. You don't have to add the glitter if you don't want to. I just thought it would make it sparkly. After my cup has been spinning for about 10 minutes, I always go in with my torch to pop any bubbles. And then I'll let this cup spin and cure before moving on. After my cup has cured, I'm going to take it outside for sanding. I'm using my Rotary sander to expose the stainless steel at the very top of the cup. I've mentioned this in my previous videos as well, and it's just something I do with all of my cups now. It leaves for a cleaner finish at the top of the cup. I tried to zoom in right here so you can kind of see what I'm doing. See, the right half of the cup has a, it's kind of black steel, and the left side is kind of stainless steel, the silver. So I'm just running my rotary sander along the very top edge, and it just makes a very, very clean finish. Once I was done with that, this cup was pretty much finished. It didn't need any other sanding. So I went ahead and took it in to apply my final layer of epoxy. If your cup needed any other sanding, you would have done that before applying the final layer of epoxy. So now we just pray to the epoxy gods that the cup turns out smooth with no imperfections. If you know, you know. As always, I go in with my torch, pop any last minute bubbles, and that's it. I let the cup cure for 2 to 3 days, and then I'm going to go ahead and clean out the inside of the cup. I haven't recorded that before, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how I clean the inside of my cup. So I take an X-Acto knife and I run it along the inside edge of my cup to remove any dried up epoxy. And of course, since you are using a sharp knife, you have to be careful with this. You can cut your finger, your leg, you can cut a body part, and you can cut your cup. I'm always pressing it away from my body instead of towards myself. So after I get all of the epoxy out, I'll go in with some acetone to remove any overspray and any dried on epoxy that I couldn't get out with my knife. So you'll just rub it around until you get all that stuff out of there. And you got to get down in that cup. So I will press my hand all the way down in there, turn it around, swish, 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 clean it out. When I'm done with the acetone, I will take the cup and wash it in the sink with some Dawn dishwater and dry it, and it's ready for packing. And see, the inside's all clean now. So thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to subscribe and make sure to join our Facebook community group. It's called Black Teacup Community. We do lives and we do giveaways and just some behind the scenes type stuff. All right, thanks, guys.